a little bit.
Okay.
Because it hasn't gone live yet. There it is. Okay, I think that I'm live. If someone can, whoever's watching, if you can give us some feedback that you can hear us, and then we'll get started. We had some technology trouble there for a little bit, and we had to restart the computer. It seems to be working now. So I'm going to take my mask off so maybe you can hear me better. Any?
No responses yet. People are watching.
So if you're watching, if you could please give us some type of feedback that you can hear us, and we'll go ahead and get started. Anything?
People are watching. They haven't commented yet. Oh.
Is there a delay?
You just took your mask off.
So there's a little bit of a delay, but if you can give us, we got a like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started, and we'll answer questions as needed. I just hope that everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving break. I hope everyone's family's safe. Travel went well. I hope everyone is staying healthy. I just know that it's super quiet and super lonely here at Clarkson High School. I'm going to be honest with you. It's eerie and it's not enjoyable, and we look forward to having students back. So students are coming back. A-Day students are coming back Thursday, December 10th, and B-Day students are coming back Friday, December 11th. We will do another Facebook Zoom live on the 9th in case there's any updates to that. But we are currently planning on having students back and try to get at least 3 classes or 3 days worth of meetings before we go on Christmas break. And so just welcome, and we miss you. We have some big announcements today for our seniors and for all students. You're going to be seeing these 2 forms. This is one and this is the other. These forms are going to go on our website. As soon as we're done here on Facebook Live, we're going to email those forms out to all of our seniors. We're going to be putting links on Instagram so you can access them. These are the guidelines for the senior presentation and the high school and beyond plan, which is a graduation requirement for seniors. So if you're an online senior or you're a face-to-face senior or in person, you have to get these things done in order to graduate. You have until May to get them done. May 1st is our deadline, but you can get them done sooner if you'd like. We will provide help for our face-to-face students in advisory. If an online student needs help, they need to call the office and arrange for help. And the directions are pretty self-explanatory. We tried to minimize what's needed, but still meet the requirements of state for this to meet the high school and beyond requirements for graduation. Students 9, 10, and 11, there's a part of that about doing 12 questions in Skyward as part of your high school and beyond plan. You are required to do that. So if you want to log into Skyward and get that done, it's my school data, you're welcome to, but we'll provide support for you guys when you come back in advisory to help you get those things accomplished. Again, the first form is a description of what is going to happen, what's needed, list by list of what's going to be required. And this is the actual check-off grade sheet. So seniors, you know exactly what we're looking for and what we sign off for you to get a passing grade so that it's good. We're not going to have any secrets or say you have to redo it. If you accomplish all of these tasks and check in with your advisor, then you're done. And you could be done in February. You could be done in March. You could be done in April. But May is the deadline for this to get accomplished. The other component of that is I want to take some stress off of our students and parents and say I am officially waiving all community service hour requirements. There are no community service hour requirements for any student this year to be made up at any time during their high school career. If students are doing community service, great for you. I'm proud of you. Good for you. But you are not required to do them, and you're not going to be required to make them up. Seniors, if you have 140 or more community service hours cumulative over the last 4 years, if you'll let Mrs. Lang know, you will be able to wear a special cord, signify that during graduation. We're still going to honor those students. But this, guys, this is one less thing you have to worry about. Don't worry about it unless you want to do it. If you want to do it, then we'll support you the best we can. But no community service hour requirements this school year. And it's just a done deal. We're making it official. I don't want to scare my in-person face-to-face students, but you have 11 meetings left before the end of this semester, and then your grade is your grade. You have 11 school days left. And that's if you come back, if we come back on the 10th and 11th, which I'm planning on, you have 11 more meetings with your teachers face to face before your final grades are posted. And if you're not passing at that point and it's a core class, you will be expected to repeat that class. There's no makeups, there's no late work, there's none of that. It needs to be done at that time. There are special circumstances, but those go through me, not the teacher. And so I would really encourage you as students to Google Classroom it, School Messenger it, listen to the things going on, check in with your teacher. I'd be emailing my teacher every day. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And have them do their job. And they're waiting to do their job. They're excited about talking to kids on Zoom. And I got a teacher in office hours ago, Mr. LaMunyan was checking in with me. I said, stay open, stay open. So if you look at our chart and their office hours, they're there to help you, to answer every question you have. If you have 15 problems on assignment, they're there to help you with all 15 problems if that's what you need. So please take advantage of that so that we're not having to repeat the entire year's class, which is kind of nervous. I am looking for feedback from both online and face-to-face students. Would it be beneficial for me to do a Zoom with just grade level students? In years past, I always once a month would meet with all my seniors and then all my juniors and all my sophomores and freshmen. And I really enjoyed the feedback. It was a really good time to get out information and answer specific questions. I was going to try to do that during face-to-face time and during advisory, but with us being online, if I need to start setting that up on Wednesdays, I'd be willing to do that. But I'm really looking for feedback from students. If you're interested in that, please email me or let your advisor know or let a teacher know or call in and let Stephanie know, and we'll try to set that up to where maybe I just answer questions from seniors one day. And then the next week I answered questions from juniors, and you have an opportunity just to interact with me and get information from me that maybe help relieve some stress. My last message before I start opening up to questions, and I hope we're getting questions now. That's my favorite part is the questions, by the way. My last message is specifically to my online students. Your last day is January 22nd to have all of your work done, and then you will get the grade that you have accomplished if you were to complete the entire class. If it is an F at that time, you will have an F on your transcript. We are working out ways for you to make those grades up, but it would go on your transcript as an F. Senior online students, if you need all of your credits this year and you fail a class, that means you're not walking in graduation, and I'm very worried for you. And so reach out to your counselors, reach out to me if you need be, but we need to get you going and get these classes caught up, because if you fail a class and you needed 8 credits, that means you don't walk in graduation. That means you have to pick up the pace and maybe work on 5 classes next semester instead of 4. So I really encourage you to get going. We are going to be working on registering students who are returning to face-to-face scheduling in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And for online students who are staying online in January, you will be receiving a form to sign up for new classes if you're passing your current classes. So it's the time of the year, really, it's the end of the year for everybody but students and teachers. But sometimes we have a lull in work because it's holidays and we're at home. And I'm just really worried about us saying, I'm just not going to do school. We don't have school going on. But it's going to come back and bite us. And we have to maintain our rigor. We have to maintain our expectations is you get the same amount of time at the end of the semester, get the class done. And by our rules, if you don't get that done, you get the grade that you have at that moment. And if you meant to get some things done but didn't, I'm sorry, you get zeros on those assignments. There's no last year of, hey, you'll get an incomplete and you can make it whenever you want to. That is not acceptable and not allowed this year. It is, if you have an F, you have an F. If you have a passing grade, you have a passing grade. We're here to help. We're here to help. Please reach out to us, and we'd love to participate. Those were the big bulleted items I wanted to discuss, not discussed, discuss today. Are there any questions for us? Stephanie?
Yeah, how do our online kids switch to face-to-face?
How do our online kids switch to face-to-face? So there should have been a survey sent out to all online students where you filled out and said you wanted to come face to face. There was 112 students that filled out the survey, but I know I have 161 students online. So if you did not complete that survey, please call our office and say, I want to go face to face. Our counselors will reach out to you and your student, and we'll set you up a schedule so when you come back, you'll know what classes you have. And if you need some support classes to catch up on classes they're currently failing, we have plans for that as well. We'll visit with you. I don't encourage you to take advantage of those. I hope you get those classes done so you don't have to make them up. But if you didn't fill out that survey, please contact the office. If you did, we're in touch. We're splitting up the students, so our counselors are going to reach out and make phone calls to make sure we get that done. And we are going to try to do that the last couple weeks of December, and then the first week of January. We're trying to get those all wrapped up, and you should hear from us at that time. Great question.
Do you know if the seniors are doing senior projects this year?
Do you know if seniors are doing senior projects this year? That is exactly what this document is right here. This document is senior projects. It's the senior project that we tried to get the minimum required and not any extra, and tried to make it just as simple as we could make it, but still make it effective. We just don't want it to be something silly and not worthwhile. And some things on this, I'll get my glasses on. Part of their project, just to be more descriptive, is we're going to expect a senior to have a current resume. We're going to expect a senior to have a letter of recommendation, because we feel no matter what they're doing, they're going to need those two items. The seniors are going to have to complete a high school and beyond plan on Skyward, and we can help them with that, but that's a requirement. And essentially, folks, it's 12 questions being asked about their future. They also have to prepare an electronic presentation, and it can be as creative as they want to make it. It can be a video, it can be a PowerPoint, it can be a TikTok with a PowerPoint. The video has to be 3 minutes long, and it has to include a description of how they felt their high school experience was, recommendations of how we could make it better for other students. They have to tell us what their 5-year plan is after high school. They got to answer the question, do they think they contribute to society? How can they contribute to society in the short term, long term? And describe their future lifestyle and how to achieve it. They just have to answer those questions, and that is it for their senior project. I think it's valid because they're talking about future. It gets the kids thinking. It provides them 2 tools that they'll need. Everyone needs a resume, and everyone needs a letter of recommendation at some point if they're going to get a job. And so that's the limit of their project. And again, that's all spelled out in this document, which is going online. And then I'm going to send it out to seniors only on School Messenger as well, so that they have multiple ways to access this information. And parents, you'll have multiple ways to access this information as well.
What hours are staff here during quarantine?
What hours are staff here during quarantine? So our staff members right now, is we're limited to what students are allowed to come on campus. Our staff members are here from 8 o'clock to 2:30 every day, and by special appointment. They do have the option, if your kid is of high need, teachers can set up one-on-one appointments with kids where kids just come on campus to one class and then leave. But we got to limit severely how many kids are allowed, and we're looking at 2 per classroom is all. But the teacher can do Zooms on multiple times throughout the day. And so anytime during that time, you set up a time, hey teacher, how about Tuesday at 10:30? And they say yes, boom, you can have a one-on-one Zoom at that time. But they're here Monday through Friday. And if they're not, they're on sick leave, or they can't do their job. And even if teachers are not allowed on campus because they're in quarantine, many of them are working from home and can still Zoom from home to help you.
This is a student. Is everyone going to school face to face next semester?
So a student is asking, is everyone going to school face to face next semester? And the answer is, not everyone's going face to face until further notice. We are going to maintain the AB schedule, planning on face to face with momentary disruptions based upon local COVID cases. And it's going to stay that way until we let you know. And if we are coming back full-time face-to-face, we'll do a Facebook Live. The superintendent will let you know. Our hopes is to get to that point. But if you remember my past Facebook Lives, the one requirement that prevents us from everyone coming back to school is the 6-foot distancing rule. The 6-foot distance rule doesn't allow us to have enough kids in the class so everyone can come back. Once that rule by the governor is revoked or said is no longer in play, our plans are to be everyone back face to face. But right now, we just got to say, hey, let's hope for face to face A and B. It's called the hybrid model. I'm hoping for it. I hope our cases go down. I hope we're quarantining when we're feeling sick. I hope we're wearing masks when we're around people. I hope we're social distancing, because if those cases decrease, we're coming back to school, baby. If those cases increase, we could be doing more distance learning. And I know you don't like it, and I know I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But sometimes in life, the greatest lesson we can learn is having persistence in the face of things we hate. If we can persist through things we don't like, and we succeed in difficult times, when times are easy, oh baby, they're real easy and they're enjoyable. So let's persist. Let's fight through this. And then when we get back together, we'll have even a better time and enjoy and really know what we're enjoying. So great question.
Will there be marching band in the spring?
Will there be marching band in the spring? Lord, I hope so. I hope we'll have activities. I hope we have athletics. I hope we have marching band. I hope we have it all. And I'm holding out hope. I'm not saying, I'm not predicting that we're not. The idea of the vaccine coming out and the impacts of that vaccine coming out could have significant impact on what we're allowed to do. And I'm praying, I'm hoping, I'm just being super positive about it, thinking that it could happen. So the answer is we hope so, but I can't say definitely yes, but I do know if we can, we will. And that's my commitment and my word to you.
Carson Sparks says you're looking good today. And there's no more questions.
Okay, shout out to Carson Sparks, who teases me every time we're on Facebook Live. Thanks, Carson. Of course, I tease him every time I see him, so I guess that's fair. Really appreciate your questions. If you have more, shoot them out. My email is always open. And truly, answering questions is what my job is supposed to be. Not sitting in my office, not designing things, not doing paperwork. That is not my job. My job is interacting with parents, interacting with students. And so, thank you. Those messages will be out. You're missed. Love you. Have a great day.